Hello, this is Steve Shaw for acrylicpouring.com, and hopefully you've been following the last couple of weeks because I've strung together a series of videos because a good friend of mine wants me to make a huge painting for her daughter. Daughter loves purple, but I wanted to do a couple of practice paintings beforehand to see which style she would like, so I wouldn't waste a lot of time and money on canvases and paint to make something that she wasn't crazy about. So when I did 4 different experiments, and I will show you the different 4. The first one I did came out like this, which I thought was beautiful. The second painting I did was this one, which also looks really great, and it had some cool swipes in it. I think this one looks really good vertical as well. The third painting was a little more free form, heavy on the purple, really organic. Kind of looks good that way. That way looks pretty interesting too. And then the final one that I did, I went back to the well, went back to the classic, which was just the good old flip cup. And I put all my paints, a couple different colors of purple and variations in there, and did a flip cup. And that one came out like this. And I think this one turned out really pretty. So I sent pictures of all 4 of these to my client and asked her which one she liked the best. Take a wild guess. All that trouble, all that swiping, and all of that pouring and tilting. Yeah, the 4th one, the classic flip cup, is what she really liked. So today, I'm going to be filming as I make a 3-foot by 4-foot flip cup painting for a friend of mine that's all about purple. So these are the end of the Purple Pour series. I'm going to spend the next few minutes mixing up some paint. Oh, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I have my new shirt on, my new Pouraholic shirt. The folks at acrylicpouring.com had the whole series of these out. They look great and they're really comfortable. Just throwing that out there, and they are available. So my challenge right now is to mix up a boatload of paint. And if I have done some calculations correctly, which I hope I have, I'm gonna need 6 16-ounce cups. I'm gonna need 6 of these to get decent coverage for my 34 by 48 inch canvas. So I'm going to spend the next few minutes mixing up some colors. I'm going to be doing a dark purple, a light purple, a buttery yellow. I'm going to sneak in some gold. I think gold's going to be, I didn't put that in the original painting that I showed her, but I think that's going to help kick it off. Some blue, some pink, and a little bit of turquoise. So I'm going to take a moment or two and just start mixing what's going to be, oh my gosh, it's going to be nearly a gallon of paint. I'm going to be doing my flip cup out of this huge bucket right here, which will have, it'll be about 3/4 of the way full about here. So, wow. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start mixing some paint. All right, I have finished mixing up a bunch of paint. I knew that I was going to need about 6 full cups. Working with these red solo cups as a 16-ounce kind of a measuring device. When they're filled what looks like 3/4 of the way, I just know from experience in mixing that that's actually about 12 ounces. So these bigger red cups have about 12 ounces of paint. But if I add all this up, it should be close, or maybe even hopefully a little bit over 6 16-ounce cups. So I have the pink, buttery yellow thick, buttery yellow thinner, just a nice blue, my gold, darker blue, a lighter purple, springier kind of purple back here. This is off-white with a little bit of blue in it that I may use for filling in. I've got a sort of a watered down blue sitting in here ready to go. My dark purple is about, how much is that? It is 24, 26, so it's not 2 pints, it's not 2 16 cups, but it's close. And I'll probably lay down a base of this soft lilac off-white with a little bit of purple in it. So now it's time to kick in the silicone. I'm going to be using the 3-in-1 silicone, and I'm just going to really not overthinking this. I'm going to put several drops, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll put 4 in the smaller cups, and maybe 6 to 8 in the larger cups. This guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now I'll give these a little stir. All right, this is by far the most paint I have ever mixed up for a painting, and I'm kind of excited about it. I don't know if you saw in the video, but I did take a moment to transfer all of my paints from a board into this box. It has some pretty high sides because it would make me very sad to spill one or more of these if I was carrying them out to my garage, which is where I'm going to have to do this pour because it's so huge. So I did transfer everything into this box, which I hope will make a big difference as far as keeping it safe to transport in the garage. And I will probably even push all this to one side. Yeah, let's try that. And sneak in, I don't know, like a roll of paper towels or something over here to help it hopefully not roll around too much. Okay, so from here, I will leave this here for a moment or two. I'm not going to bore you with the preparation of my garage. I'm going to set up a couple of sawhorses with a board across the top. I think the lighting out there is pretty good. And so in a moment or two, you will, the next shot you'll see will be me in the garage with this huge canvas. Thanks. So here we are outside in my garage. I've got everything set up. I set up 2 sawhorses and put a board across the top for my working surface. Here's my huge 34 by 48-inch canvas, 3 feet by 4 feet. One thing I did to my canvas that I've never done before, but I thought was necessary, was, you know how on a regular canvas, a lot of people, including me, we put push pins on the back of the canvas to hold it up? Well, a push pin would not work, I don't think, on something this large. So I went ahead and took my drill and pre-drilled 4 holes, 1 on each corner, and I just put in a wood screw, and it's sticking out about 3/4 of an inch to an inch. So all 4 corners have a screw in them that will hold them up off of the surface, and that will prevent my canvas from getting stuck to the tabletop. I have also put down on the floor a couple of pieces of just old brown butcher paper, and that should hopefully keep some of the splatters off. This could get really messy, people. Again, this is the biggest one I've done, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. But I know I am going to be pouring all of my paint into this huge 5-quart bucket. And I know it's crazy, but my plan is to fill it up and just do one huge flip cup on top instead of multiple small ones. I know you can do multiple small ones, but I just want to do something a little bit different. So the first thing I'm going to do, though, is I do have some of this paint that's off purple a little bit, or off white with a little bit of purple. I'm going to put a little layer of this down, and I think that's just going to help the paint flow a little bit. I don't want so much on here that it turns into just a huge mess when I do my flip, but I do want some on here so my paint can flow a little bit smoother. When I came out to the garage here and I stirred up my paints a little bit, I was really kind of surprised by how thick they were. So that may become an issue. Hopefully not. If it does, we'll figure it out as we go along. This is a beautiful canvas. It's Michael's. That's where I usually get my canvases. You can get some good prices on them there. This one was I think they're level 3, so it's like the best canvas they make. So not only is it 1.5 inches deep, but it's got really good support on the back. All right, this part's done. Got a nice little layer on here, not too thick, not too thin. Luckily, I have my paper towels right by my side. We're gonna be pouring over this, so I don't think it's a big deal at all. But I'm gonna just take my 5-quart bucket and drop it right there. All right, first color. This is that deep, rich purple. And remember, the client really, really likes purple, so I'm gonna be going with a lot of this purple. I'm gonna do, this is nice and thick. That's a good layer across the bottom. A good 16 ounces. And I'm gonna layer some other stuff in here. All right, light purple. I'm gonna pour this one down the side, maybe all the way around the edges. I'm gonna save most of these so I can come back and add another layer with them. Ooh, already looking pretty down in there. Save a little bit of blue for up top. This is that bright, hot pink, going straight down the middle with that. Don't want a whole lot of that in there, but I do want some. All right, got some off-white, gonna zing that in there. Ooh, this is that delicious yellow. This buttery yellow just looks so pretty. One of the reasons I did the yellow is, you know, purple and yellow are complements, which means they're opposites on the color wheel. So purple next to yellow, the yellow makes the purple look even a richer, darker purple, and the purple makes the yellow look even brighter and snappier. So it's kind of nice to do that sometime, is to put opposites together. Oh, we're just going for it. All right, time for some of that gold. All of these have several drops of, silicone in there. What have I not used? Haven't used this pretty blue yet. This is a lot of paint, people. A lot of paint. Getting some really pretty cells inside. A little thicker yellow. Oh, I hope this turns out nice. I think it will. A little lighter purple. That's really thick too. Remember, you can pour from up high and mix the colors a little bit as they go in, or you can pour in softly from the side and slide those colors in there. Rotate this. All right. Ooh, a little more dark blue. We're getting really close. And one thing I am going to do, I just have this idea. You know how you always have trouble kind of getting paint to the corners of your canvas? I'm just going to go ahead and brush on a little bit of this darker purple on the corners. I don't know if that'll make any difference at all, or if later I'll say, man, I wish I hadn't done that, but I'm just going to do that, so I don't have to worry about them quite so much. All right. I'm going to put a little more of this dark purple in, but I'm also going to save enough to do the edges on the outside edge here. I think that'll look be a nice kind of way to finish. And that should be, oh man, this bucket is looking really, really pretty. What else? Shot of this pink. Finish off that. This is gonna, if it doesn't turn out beautiful, it's not from a lack of trying, because this looks really, really pretty. I'm gonna grab this bucket and see if you can kind of get a glance into what that looks like in there. It's looking really pretty in there. Definitely has a little galaxy pour thing going on. So it is all inside. This is, let me put it down and see. So for a 3 foot by 4 foot canvas, this is just over 96 ounces. So hopefully this will be enough. And let's see, hopefully this next part won't be a train wreck. A sane person would pour this on the top, but that's not me. So I'm gonna lift this up, put it on my tabletop. Oh Lord, I hope I can do this. I'm gonna pick up my canvas, flip it over, center it as best I can, over. All right, maybe a little bit more. All right, okay. Drum roll, please. The world's largest flip cup. All right, I'm getting down low here, getting my arms under the edge. Oh, I hope I don't get any paint on my new shirt. And getting a hand underneath my big old bucket. I got a grip there. I got a grip here. Wish me luck. Boom. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. It works so far. Okay. I'm gonna take a moment, let that settle down a little bit, take a deep breath, be happy that I've made it so far. Yeah, I've got paint on my new Poraholic shirt, but that's okay. All for the sake of art. Are you ready? This is the moment where galaxies are made. Boom! Woo! That is beautiful. It is exactly like I've done on my, oh man, they got cells just exploding in here. This looks exactly like one from like a 16 by 20, but this thing is just huge. All right, it's so big. I apologize for any shakiness from the camera, but you got to get in here and see this because this is just beautiful. Check this out. So we've got all these great colors. It is slowly spreading out. Oh man, this is beautiful. All right, I'm gonna raise up a little bit, trying to avoid some of that glare. This is looking great. I am going to tilt some, but try not to tilt too much. And let's just see. For what it's worth, I don't think I mentioned it earlier. On this painting, I did use Floetrol to mix all my paints together. In the past, sometimes I'll use Zinsser paint booster, but this one was all Floetrol. And a little bit of water whenever the paint got too thick. Guys, I don't want to jinx this, but this is exactly how I envisioned this going in my mind. And it was literally, I wanted it to do it just this exact same way I would do like a 16 by 20 painting and see if I had to really do any huge modifications to go this big. And I don't think I do. Wow. All right, I am going to tap these sides a little bit. And cells are just, I wish you could see it over here. Cells are just bloop, 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 popping up all over the place. And yes, I did just say bloop, bloop, bloop. Wow, I love that color in there. This is fantastic. All right, now, wow, this is pretty. I'm hesitating now, and the reason I'm hesitating just a little bit, I'm trying to decide if I want to hit this with a torch or not. If I hit it with a torch, I could bring out some more cells, although I've got beautiful cells happening in here. Oh man, you know what? I think I'm gonna leave it just like this. It's gonna have to sit out here overnight. Not gonna hit it with a torch. As it settles, you know, things will change, but I think we're good here. We've got this beautiful purple with some streaks of yellow. We've got blue down here with a little bit of yellow, which is also almost making a hint of green. Great color and variation here. This is not muddy at all. And I'm just gonna say, I am really, really happy. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for hanging with me on this one, because this was huge. This was like I said, this was a big thing for me, a big feat for me. And I'm glad you were here and I could share it with you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And most of my paintings will be for sale at my Etsy store. So go to etsy.com and just look up Steve Shaw. You'll see a lot of my work there at a really reasonable to cheap price. And yes, thanks for watching. And let's all go make more pour paintings. Okay, see ya. Bye-bye. Hey, this is Steve once again with a post-pour follow-up. I thought this was really funny. I am already incredibly attached to this painting. I showed it to my wife, showed it to my son, and tried to go back in the house and clean up my studio and do some other things, but I kept finding myself being drawn back out here to the garage, and I realized that I literally pulled out like a lawn chair to sit with my painting like it was like there was a newborn in the house. Somebody's got to stay with this thing to make sure it's okay. So I'm spending some quality time with the newest addition to the Shaw pouring family. But again, totally happy with this painting, and it just, I think, turned out fantastic. Thanks, bye.